Will you bring me a hanger?
What?
A hanger.
Oh, yes. Wood or wire, they have both.
Either one would be fine.
Okay.
Come on now, you know she wants the wood. Tiger Woods. There's about to be a hole in one. Two if he's lucky. I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on with this movie.
Now, I'm going to ask for a big round of applause to bring this boy out here, all right? Now, wait a minute. Oh, let me amend that.
That's not Mr. Feeney. I'm not sure. I'm on the fence as to whether or not that's Mr. Feeney. Hello, fellow movie lovers. Nice to cross paths with you again or for the first time. Let's hop in the time machine. The year, 1967. The film, The Graduate, starring Dustin Hoffman. Now, that's the extent of my information. That's all I know about this film. If you want to support the channel further, outside of what you're doing already by watching this, hit that like button, leave me some comments down below to assist with the enigmatic algorithm, and subscribe button if I don't have the pleasure of your subscription already. You can get full-length reactions over on my Patreon, Mr. Valentine Reacts. But without further ado, let's get into the movie, shall we?
We are about to begin our descent into Los Angeles.
Is this where Tarantino got his inspiration for that opening shot in Jackie Brown?
Hey, what's the matter? Guess we're all downstairs, Ben. These are all our good friends, Ben. Known you since, well, practically since you were born. What is it, Ben?
Yeah, why the long face, Benjamin?
Worried? About what?
I guess about my future. I want it to be different.
He's in a transitional period, a liminal space, if you will.
Is that the new car out there?
Ben's graduation.
Well, you won't have much trouble picking him up in that, will you?
Sir.
The girls, the chicks, the teeny
Oh,
boppers.
I think Ben's got
The dames, the broads.
captain of the cross-country team, head of the debating club, associate editor of the college newspaper in his junior year, managing editor in his senior.
Golly. My guy has a lot of irons in the fire, huh? You're good at cross country, but can you run from this ennui, this sense of fear about the future that remains to be seen?
Oh, I guess this isn't the bathroom, is it?
Mrs. Robinson, I don't mean to be rude, but I'm awfully...
Is there an ashtray in here?
No.
Oh, yes, I forgot the track star doesn't smoke.
There's an energy here, especially with this lighting.
Oh, Benjamin, I want to ask you something.
What?
Will you take me home?
What?
My husband took the car. Will you drive me home?
Country roads, take Miss Robinson home.
Thank you.
Right.
She wants you to stand on ceremony without having to say a word.
I'd like you to come in till I get the lights on.
What for?
I don't feel safe till I get the lights on.
Okay. Mrs. Robinson, I think she has an agenda, unless she's legitimately frightened, but I don't think so.
Would you mind walking ahead of me to the sun porch? I feel funny about coming into a dark house.
But it's light in there.
Please.
All the lights on are in the house. Give Miss Robinson an inch, she'll take a mile, or a few inches, if you will.
What do you drink? I'm sorry to be this way, but I don't want to be left alone in this house.
Why not?
Please wait till my husband gets home.
Ah,
When is he coming back?
okay.
I don't know.
She's married. I was trying to foul her in the floozy category, but maybe I'm being too judgmental.
Are you always this much afraid of being alone?
Yes,
Well, why can't you just lock the doors and go to bed?
I'm very neurotic.
Ah, aren't we all?
May I ask you a question? What do you think of me?
What do you mean?
You've known me nearly all your life. You must have formed some opinion of me.
You're a very nice person.
Not too shabby, Miss Robinson, not too shabby.
Did you know I was an alcoholic?
What?
Did you know that?
I think I should be going.
Sit down, Benjamin.
It's like, that's what they refer to in the business as my cue. She's rather hot to trot, is she not? It rhymed. Name of my next memoir.
Put on music, now you start opening up your personal life to me and tell me your husband won't be home for hours. Mrs. Robinson, you're trying to seduce me.
Oh, look at that framing.
Please forgive me because I like you. I don't think of you that way, but I'm mixed up. Mrs. Robinson, it makes me sick that I said that to you.
Forget it right now. Finish your drink.
Please. I beg of you, forgive me for my transgressions. I didn't mean to cast aspersions. I like that line delivery too. Mrs. Robinson, you're trying to seduce me.
Will you unzip my dress? I think I'll go to bed.
Good night.
Won't you unzip my dress?
I'd rather not, Mrs. Robin.
I mean, all things being equal, no thanks.
But I just feel a little funny.
Come on, it's hard for me to reach.
She is remarkably sultry and forward.
What are you so scared of?
I'm not scared, Mrs. Robinson.
Then why do you keep running away?
Because you're going to...
Hubba hubba.
Benjamin, I am not trying to seduce you.
I know that, but please, Mrs. Robinson. It's difficult.
Would you like me to seduce you?
What?
Is that what you're trying to tell me?
My stars.
Will you bring up my purse before you go? Put it in Elaine's room where we were.
Ooh.
Oh, God. Oh, let me out.
Don't be nervous.
Get away from that
I
door.
want to say something. If you won't sleep with me this time, I want you to know that call me up anytime you want and we'll make some kind of an arrangement. You understand
Oh.
what I
Let me out.
Boobies on aisle 3. This is some inspired writing. Very reminiscent of the French New Wave.
Is that Ben's car in front?
Yes, sir. I drove,
You better believe it. Bet those sweet cheeks it is.
Let's have a nightcap together. Ben, how old are you now?
20. I'll be 21 next week.
Okay. A little wet behind the ears. Mrs. Robinson was trying to get you wet in other places.
I bet you're quite a ladies' man, huh?
Oh, no.
You like the kind of guy who has to fight 'em off?
Yes, he does.
Gotta beat him off with the stick. Starting with Miss Robinson because she was throwing herself at you. He wants nothing more than to get the F out of this house.
Now, I'm going to ask for a big round of applause to bring this boy out here, all right? Now, wait a minute. Oh, let me amend that.
That's not Mr. Feeney. I'm not sure. I'm on the fence as to whether or not that's Mr. Feeney.
Before he does... You're disappointing them, Ben. Disappointing them.
Dad, can you listen?
Just give you 10 seconds.
Dad, come on. Let me bend your ear. Dismiss all of this pomp and circumstance.
Benjamin Brother! Hey! Come on, Ben! In water that is over 6 feet deep!
Is this a birthday present or a humiliation ritual? Oh man, I am enraptured right now by this film. This film got me eating out of the palm of its hand. Whoever made this cares a lot about the craft of filmmaking. The imagery of this scene, this shot right here. He's underwater. Like that one scene in Rushmore. Bill Murray, anybody?
I was thinking about that time after the party.
Where are you?
And I was wondering if I could buy you a drink or something.
Oh.
Taft Hotel.
Did you get a room?
No. Now I know it's pretty late, and if you'd rather...
Give me an hour.
What?
I'll be there in an hour.
Oh. I've never been more certain of anything in my life. She's going to be there. Okay. After you? After you too? Where are they coming from? An octogenarian cotillion? Wait, what's a cotillion? Words, am I right?
Can I help you, sir?
What? Oh, no. I'm just...
Are you here for an affair, sir?
What?
The Singleman party, sir?
Oh, yes. The Singleman party.
Oh, a little double entendre. That's a nice touch, movie. That's a nice touch. This is some spellbinding movie making. Let's go. Are you here for an affair? So blunt.
Of course. I didn't get your names, Braddock, sir, but I'm...
Braddock.
I'm just looking for a friend. I'm not with your party. I'm sorry. Hey, I don't get it.
I've enjoyed meeting you, Mr. Brown.
I can't compute. What on earth do you mean? You're not with this soiree? He was like, I was thinking about the other night, Miss Robinson. You made an impression. There's an itch I need scratching. Will you oblige me?
You don't have to be so nervous, you know.
Nervous?
Have you gotten us a room yet?
I haven't, no.
Do you want to?
Well, I don't.
What do you think? Is water wet? Hey, Dustin Hoffman is turning in a mighty fine performance. He's like embodying this character.
Where is your luggage?
Well, it's in the car. It's out there in the car.
Sir, I'll have a porter bring it in.
Oh, no. I'd rather not go to all the trouble of...
Some bells you can't unring, man. Yeah, I can manage that. I'm not carrying any baggage. No middle-aged baggage.
Mrs. Robinson?
Yes?
For you.
Thank you. Benjamin, where are you?
Can you look through the glass? Can you see me now?
Yes, I can.
So clandestine.
The desk clerk seemed to be a little bit suspicious. Now, I don't know what the policy is.
Well, do you want to go up first?
Yes, I think that would be good.
I'll be up in 5 minutes.
I think he's on to us.
And
Benjamin, isn't there something you want to tell me?
tell you? Well, I want you to know how much I appreciate this.
The number.
What?
The room number, Benjamin. I think you ought to tell me that.
You're absolutely right.
He is up the creek without a paddle right now. He is in uncharted territory.
You're welcome. Well, I'll see you later, Mrs. Robinson.
Not if she sees you first, bucko. This is gonna be the room where it happens. The room where it happens. The room where it happens. Hamilton musical fans, anybody? If so, we're cut from the same cloth. Okay. Gotta make sure you dot your I's, cross your T's, get your ducks in a row before you get your in a row. Excuse my language. Nana, if you're watching this, I'm sorry. I can't resist wordplay, even if it's vulgar.
Hello, Benjamin.
Hello, Mrs. Robinson.
Nice little love tap. Mrs. Robinson is quite the femme fatale.
Benjamin, I'll get undressed now. Is that all right?
Sure. I mean, I don't know what you want me to do.
Why don't you watch?
Oh, sure. Thank you.
Will you bring me a hanger?
What?
A hanger.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, get that hanger, because I'm hanging on the edge of my seat. Because this is intensely suspenseful and hilarious.
Wood or wire? They have both.
Either one would be fine.
Okay.
Come on now. Come on now. You know she wants the wood. Tiger Woods. There's about to be a hole in one. Two if he's lucky. I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on with this movie. He almost scientifically touching her tit. So to get some empirical data.
Is this your first time?
That's a laugh, Mrs. Robinson. That's really a laugh.
Well, you can admit that, can't you?
Are you kidding?
It's nothing to be ashamed of.
40-year-old virgin.
Are you a virgin? Are you a virgin?
Yeah, not since I was 10.
Who said it was my first time? Wait a minute.
Inadequate? I mean, just because you happen to be inadequate. Well,
Inadequate?
Oh, them's fighting words, Mrs. Robinson. Oh, I love this movie so much. Oh, he's submerged. He's about to take his descent once again. Touche movie, touche. This movie is hysterical. I didn't know this was a comedy. I've made a comedy of errors by not seeing it hitherto, but here we are. This film is so vibrant. Like it had to get some Oscars love. Not that that's the only indicator, but you know, it's vibrant, it's electric. And the editing is impressive. Because editing can make or break a movie. I mean, yeah, if you're gonna pay for these songs, you better get your money's worth. Make sure the juice is worth the squeeze.
Ben, what are you doing?
This is editing perfection. perfectly enhancing the narrative here.
Hey, Ben, Elaine's coming down from Berkeley soon. I want you to call her up this time.
Oh.
Because I just think you two would hit it off real well together.
Are you laying the groundwork for him to have the daughter and the mother? If so, that's incredible. He's having a banner year.
Benji, I'm going to ask you what you do when you go off at night.
You don't have to tell me if you don't want to.
No, I do. I want to tell you. I drive around.
You meet someone?
Meet someone? Why do you say that?
Well, this is your big...
MEAT? If so, then indubitably.
Do you think we could say a few words to each other first this time?
I don't think we have much to say to each other.
Yeah, let our bodies do the talking, young whippersnapper.
Oh, no, you had to marry him because you got pregnant.
You're with Mr. Robinson. I mean, do you feel like telling me what were the circumstances?
Don't spare the details.
Now, what was your major subject at college?
Art.
Art?
But I thought you... I guess you kind of lost interest in it over the years, then.
Kind of.
He has an inquiring mind. It's a tonal shift.
I mean, did he take you up to his room with him?
We'd go to his car.
In the car you did it? You remember the make of the car?
It was a Ford, Benjamin.
A Ford? A Ford? Old Elaine Robinson got started in a Ford.
Don't talk about Elaine.
Don't talk about Elaine?
Humble beginnings, I tell you. They got it out the mud. He's charmingly naive.
Well, I guess I'll have to ask her out on a date and find out what the big deal is.
Benjamin, don't you ever take that girl out.
You're forcing my hand, Miss Robinson.
We're not dropping it. I'm good enough for you, but I'm not good enough to associate with your daughter. That's it, isn't it?
A vivid sense of inferiority radiating from one Benjamin here. This is a sympathetic character.
I'm not proud that I spend my time with a broken-down alcoholic.
I see.
Because, Mrs. Robinson, this is the sickest, most perverted thing that ever happened to me. And you do what you want, but I'm getting the hell out.
Are you?
He's bailing. This is too transgressive for him.
Well, 2 minutes ago you told me I wasn't good enough for your daughter.
I didn't mean it. I don't think you'd be right for each other. But I would never say you weren't as good a person as she is.
You wouldn't?
Oh, man, he is dying for some validation here. I like this shot right here.
Well, it's pretty obvious you don't want me around anymore.
I was kind of upset there. I'm sorry I said those things.
It's all right. I think I can understand why I'm disgusting to you.
Oh.
The pendulum is swinging. The power is shifting.
Well, may I stay then?
Yes, please. I want you to.
But you won't ever take Elaine out, will you? I want you to promise me that.
Look, why the hell did you bring this up? It never occurred to me to take her out.
Then give me your word you won't.
Yeah, don't tantalize me. It wasn't even on my radar. Jeez Louise.
Benjamin.
Let's not talk about it. Let's not talk at all.
I appreciate the fact the movie is letting us drink in this moment. A lesser film would have added a soundtrack, a piano accompaniment, but no. I said, no, we're going to let this sit. Deal with it.
Elaine's back from school. I think it might be a nice gesture if you asked her out.
The irony, Alanis Morissette. It's like rain.
Well, Braddock, it's about time you got around to this.
Here's our next question, gentlemen.
Hello?
What is your wife's most unusual habit?
She's revealing nothing. That actress, whoever this actress, Mrs. Robinson, was aging like fine wine.
Benjamin, I thought I made myself perfectly clear about this. I'm extremely upset about it, Benjamin. Hello.
Not
Hello.
doing her housework?
Auga.
Never know what tricks Ben picked up back there in the East.
He picked up something, all right. He just picked up a hot tamale. We got a live one, ladies and gentlemen. And I admire how the movie has time to follow them and the tracking shot walking across the street for like a minute. that lends itself to some authenticity, some verisimilitude. Ben is cooler than a polar bear's toenails. Look at him.
Why don't you watch the show?
Benjamin, do you dislike me for some reason?
No.
Oh,
Why should I?
I don't know.
it's like you're disrespecting me, taking me to burlesque, Cirque du Soleil. I mean, look at this. She's wiggling her tits.
How do you like that? Could you do it?
Did he say, can you do it? Operation try to be as obnoxious and repulsive as possible is going off without a hitch. Will Smith. He recognized the error of his ways. He was like, hey, I'm being a tad bit too diabolical. Let me dial it back some.
Wait, I'm not like this. I hate myself like this. Listen, could you just stop crying, please?
And the plot thickens.
Let's go inside.
Wait a minute.
Is anything wrong?
I was just thinking. It's still early.
Elaine Robinson, I think I'm trying to seduce you.
Maybe we could do something. Go somewhere else.
All right.
You've been ensnared in quite the conundrum here, Ben.
Good evening.
Hello.
How are you, sir? Good evening, Mr. Gladstone.
Hello again.
Hi, Mr. Gladstone. How are you this evening?
Oh, I must have a doppelganger, Elaine. I don't know what they're on about.
Elaine, I like you. I like you so much. Do you believe that?
And I'm also stupping your mother. Stup. Where did I hear that from? Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
You're the first thing for so long that I've liked. The first person I could stand to be with.
Benjamin, are you having an affair with someone?
Yeah, what other conclusion can she draw after being Mr. Popularity in this hotel?
It just happened. It's this thing that happened along with everything else. Can you understand that?
Was she married or something?
And how?
Yes.
With a family?
Yes, she had a husband and a son.
Oh, man.
Did they ever find out?
No.
But the night is young. I like the concoction, the ingredients of this story. And the pieces are put together in like a mesmerizing way. Look at this. I don't like this cinematic language. Hopefully I'm wrong.
Drive down the block.
Mrs. Robinson, Elaine and I have a date. We're going for a drive.
Exactly as I say.
Oh, hell hath no fury. Like a woman scorned. Is she going to exact some kind of revenge?
You are not to see Elaine again, ever. Those are my orders. Is that clear?
Mrs. Robinson, do you think
I can make things quite unpleasant.
Oh.
In order to keep Elaine away from you, I am prepared to tell her everything.
Oh, man. We've been compromised, man.
I just don't believe you would do that.
Try me.
Oh, look at the look in her eye. She is laden with conviction. She would stop at nothing. Oh, my goodness gracious.
Benjamin, I said I wasn't dressed.
You got to go over the back fence
Oh.
on the corner.
What's the matter?
Hurry, put your shoes on.
Benjamin?
Oh, my gosh. This is phenomenal dramatic stakes here.
What is it?
That woman, that older woman that I told you about?
You mean that
Yes,
one?
married woman. That wasn't just some woman.
What are you telling me? Benjamin, will you just tell me what this is all about?
Oh, look at that. This is a wonderful film. Look at that. And you keep her blurry. You slow rack focus. Oh, because it's slowly dawning on her.
Get out of here.
Don't cry.
Oh, man, such bravura this movie is radiating. Look at that.
Goodbye, Benjamin.
I am dumbfounded. I have goosebumps. I don't know at the execution of this story. This is astoundingly good. Oh my gosh, 1967? And I love how that camera showed Miss Robinson in the background, and we kept the focus on her, on the void she created, while Elaine was blurry in the foreground, and we slowly bring her into visibility in the same way the information was slowly dawning on her. I mean, look, cinematic language, cinematic storytelling. This is why we watch it. This is why we go to the theater. I digress. I'm yapping, but this is the kind of movie that excites me and inspires me. Mike Nichols, man. I heard Nora Ephron. I love her work. When Harry Met Sally, Sleepless in Seattle, You've Got Mail, all that. And I used to watch her interviews and she used to talk about him, Mike Nichols. But now I understand the glory that's to be had. All right, now back to the film. It's nothing but a montage. So you really didn't miss anything.
Say that again.
I'm going to marry Elaine Robinson.
Elaine has left an indelible impression upon one Benjamin.
Ben says that he and Elaine are getting married.
Oh. Well, as long as you don't overreact, mother. But huzzah.
No, she doesn't know about it.
You mean she doesn't know that you're coming up to Berkeley?
No, actually, she doesn't know about us getting married yet.
We're mighty cocksure here.
Well, what makes you think she wants to marry you?
She doesn't. To be perfectly honest, she doesn't like me.
Oh, are you trying to tell me that his hopes of getting her betrothed, marrying her, is toast? I like to walk around in the world with that kind of confidence. She hates my guts, but I'm gonna marry her. Believe you me. Hello, light, my new friend. Not darkness, not darkness. This is doing a good job of evoking my curiosity. This is marvelous because every step of this journey has been worthwhile, a worthwhile endeavor. I'm pining for a happy resolution, but I will be satisfied with whatever the movie gives me because I feel like I'm in good hands. Such precise editing and cinematography. Like, I would love to see the storyboard for this because it had to be immaculately composed. These are artistic compositions, these shots. It's like paintings. Case in point, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, it's giving a little bit of a stalker, but I like where your head's at. There was some romantic energy there had it not been for you and Mrs. Robinson doing the old, you know what, a little copulation. I mean, if we do away with this whole stalking situation here and how uncomfortable it might appear, this is a potent romantic gesture, though. And I think it's all means to an end, The ends justify the means in this sense. Or does it?
Well, how about this for a coincidence?
That's one way to describe this band as a coinkydink, huh? You'll chalk it up as a happenstance. Oh man, I don't know if this is going to be a successful endeavor. This is a bold gesture, very bold.
Real feeling that this is the fellow.
Elaine! This is Benjamin Braddock, Carl Smith. Benjamin rode here with me on the bus.
Glad to meet you, Ben. Great meeting you, Carl.
Carl gets immediately protective.
I want to know why you're here in Berkeley.
I am.
Is it because I'm here?
What do you think?
Come on now. Use your noodle.
How could you possibly rape my mother?
What?
I don't understand. I
Did
don't
you say
understand
rape her?
how anyone could do a
What
thing
did she
like
say?
that.
You got
The art word.
She said that she was having a drink at the hotel with a friend and that you waited for her in the parking lot and told her that she was too drunk to drive home and that you would...
Mrs. Robinson is devious.
I'm sorry I screamed. Benjamin, When you came up here, what did you think was going to happen between us?
Love and marriage.
Elaine, right now I don't feel like talking much.
Can I just sit here while you're packing?
If you want.
The emotional ebb and flow of this story is outstanding.
I don't want you to leave tomorrow.
I don't understand.
I don't want you to go anywhere until you have a definite plan. Goodbye.
A bit ambiguous and vague there. What are you suggesting? You just looking out for my well-being? Or are you saying he has a chance? Romantically, that is. We shall see. What if the movie ends there?
What's happening?
Benjamin?
What?
Yeah, put one on her, man. Her mother is mendacious. The M in mother stands for mendacity.
Will you marry me?
I don't know.
But you might.
I might.
Is that so?
There's a sliver of hope. I mean, I have a sneaking suspicion what her answer is going to be, but how are they going to extricate themselves away from the web of the mom? The web she's spinning.
You just drag me off if you want to marry me so much.
All right, I will.
I have to see Carl first.
Carl who?
We're playing basketball. We love that.
He's a medical student. We've known him for years.
Who, that guy at the zoo?
Yes.
Why do you have to see him?
Well, I said I might marry him.
You what?
How did he do it?
All right, her dance card is full. R.E. matrimony.
Do you want to try and tell me why you did it? Do you have a special grudge against me? Do you have a particularly strong resentment?
Right, the hokum, the balderdash, the poppycock, she told him.
I do think you should know that my wife and I are getting a divorce soon.
But why?
That tracks.
The point is, I don't love your wife, I love your daughter, sir.
As far as Elaine is concerned, you're to get her out of your filthy mind right now.
I am dumbfounded at these proceedings. I mean, yeah.
I think you are filth. I think you are scum.
Scum of the earth. I mean, you can empathize with the dad here. Because, you know, he's been dealt a bad hand. He has a floozy of a wife. And he's been sold a bill of goods about their relationship. So, yeah, he was with her, but under consenting circumstances.
Elaine Robinson has left school. Her roommate's coming down with a note for you.
No, is this going to have a devastating ending?
Because I know what I'm doing is the best thing for you. My father is so upset. You've got to understand. I love you, but it would never work out.
Oh. Movie, you wound me. But I have a feeling he's not going to let this slide by the wayside here. He's going to go down swinging. Boomer bust. In his Alfa Romeo. Return to the scene of the crime. How sublime.
Elaine?
Hello, Benjamin.
Where is she?
Hello, get me the police, please.
Oh, come on, bro.
Benjamin, do you have a patrol car in the vicinity of 1200 Glenview Road?
She has to be kidding me.
Just a second, I'll ask him. Are you armed? No, I don't believe he is.
This is some sharp writing, but this character of Mrs. Robinson is very unpleasant.
Sorry we won't be able to invite you to the wedding, Benjamin, but the arrangements have been so rushed.
I'll find you.
I don't think so.
Man, she really is a woman of her word. She said, I'll make life hell for you if you see my daughter. And lo and behold, come on, man. I am rooting for you, man. You can do this. There's has to be a way to persuade her and disabuse her marriage to Carl here. Come on, come on, come on, come on.
Is the doctor anywhere? I have to know where he is.
Well, you see, the doctor is...
This instant.
I'm Dr. Smith's brother, Reverend Smith, and I'm supposed to perform the ceremony. I just got in from Portland, and I've forgotten what church, you see?
Well, I'm not sure, but you might try the First Presbyterian.
Ben, is showing himself to be astute, a very shrewd individual.
Allen Street, where is it? It's 6 blocks up, 3 over. You need any gas, Father?
Oh, this is terrific. The tempo slows down on the soundtrack as he depletes his gas tank. It doesn't get much better than this, man. It doesn't. Ooh. Talk about a musical sting. Oh.
Oh, Jesus, God. No.
Say it ain't so, Weezer. Please. Let there be some Deus ex machina, some 11th hour grace.
Take care of him. He's too late.
Oh, look at the look in her eye, like a moth to a flame. He's simply irresistible. Oh, he said the magic word.
You crazy punk!
Can't touch this. Dun, 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 dun. Ooh. Take 2 of those and call me in the morning.
Hey, it's too late! Not for me!
Oh, Mrs. Robinson. A violent streak. Oh, nice icing on the cake using the crucifix to keep them trapped in. I tell you, man, this is creativity. This is peak creativity. Self-satisfied, triumphant. Yeah. Oh, this my old friend. It's starting to sink in exactly what just transpired, where they're going, how they love each other. Look at this is great acting. Is that where the TV show Frasier got the idea from? Is this an allusion to The Graduate when Daphne and Niles got married under similar circumstances? Is that all she wrote? Oh my gosh, now that is a picture. That is a picture. Because what this movie pulled off is not easy. Because on every level, this was enjoyable. Phenomenal writing, pacing, emotional rhythm, psychological, weight that this movie was able to give us. I just can't fathom how Mike Nichols, who the screenwriter director, they created something magical in The Graduate, 1967, from the camera placement, the movement of the camera, the appropriate timing of zooming in versus pushing in the camera, mechanically zooming versus physically moving the camera. It's his inspired work. It really is. And I just appreciate how Dustin Hoffman brings these characters to life. Like, this is only the second time, I think, seeing him, like I said in the intro, Meyerowitz Stories, and now The Graduates. And boy, I feel like I'm graduating onto his oeuvre, his body of work, because I have to. I have to see what he can do. Wasn't he in Rain Man? Wasn't he the eponymous Rain Man? I don't know. I would know all of this by the time I upload this. I am just, this movie has taken me aback. I'm taken aback by the stellar quality of it. Just like when they place the camera behind the backboard when he's trying to, persuade her for marriage. And it's just like the camera tells a story. Every movie you see, even TV shows, but particularly this was a character of its own. The camera was a character. enhancing and punctuating each storyline, each beat, each sequence. Yeah, I am in awe over the final product. I really am, man. Legitimately. We meet Ben, just graduated, highest honors, extracurriculars, you name it. But he's in a liminal space, transitional space. He's worried about tomorrow, what tomorrow may bring. Now he has, he has options. The world is his oyster, but still making selections. Every day, we all just make one choice that can take us down many a road. And that can, it's a lot of pressure. And he wasn't handling it that great, but enter stage left. Mrs. Robinson said, "Can you give me a ride home?" And comedy ensued. Drama, tension, suspense, all of it. This is thrilling. This was a thrilling unraveling of a narrative when we see how he's committed. He popped his cherry, if you will. He popped his cherry with Mrs. Robinson, and then somehow she implanted the idea, like Leonardo DiCaprio in Inception, inadvertently, unbeknownst to her, she implanted the idea of getting with Elaine, for starters. And then through circumstances, the parents were like, take her out on a date. And what is he going to say? Nah, I'm having a little, I'm having intercourse with the mom. I can't do it. She told me not to. But the actress who played Mrs. Robinson turned in a brilliant performance because I believed everything she said, from her coming on and gaslighting him about her actively trying to seduce him, to her saying, if you give him my daughter, hey, there's going to be hell to pay. Believe you me. And I believed her. You saw it radiating on her face. Emanating from her face was sheer conviction and commitment to what she was saying. And she followed through. She followed through. The likes of which the cinema has never seen. She said he forced himself upon her in order to bifurcate the relationship, to split apart Elaine and Ben. And yeah, every step of this way, every turn, every beat was mesmerizing. And it was heartbreaking when we saw Ben take out Elaine for the first time, because he put on this character of being dishonorable, taking her to a club where naked women are dancing with tassels on their nips. And she's just like, do you hate me? What did I do to deserve this? And that's when he starts to sing a different tune. And then they kissed, which was, it sent a jolt up my spine, because I'm like, oh, especially what with the threats Mrs. Robinson gave. And then we're off to the races. Yeah, I just like this emotional, psychological pacing of the movie. The Graduate was really precise and exacting in what it was trying to achieve. The depiction of this character, Bam, a social novice, essentially. He's so committed to his studies, so now he's in the real world, as it were. What is he going to do? He's trying to find his bearings, and things go haywire. And yeah, I just like the path, and I felt like I was in good hands. It didn't matter to me whether they ended up. That's telltale sign of a good movie. Like, I'm like, okay, I'm 80% in. Everything hitherto was perfection. So going forward, even if they don't end up together, obviously I was rooting for that, because, if you know anything about me in this channel, I am obsessed with rom-coms. Leave me some in the description if you think I would like it. Why did I say that so fast? I don't know. But yeah, 80% of the movie was fantastic. I was like, if they don't end up together, it's still going to be a fabulous film. And boy, when the credits rolled, Hello Darkness, My Old Friend regales us. And we've seen that and experienced that song in different contexts. And each time it's like we're hearing it anew for the first time. And that is just spectacular filmmaking and storytelling. So I think it was Mike Nichols. I gotta start paying more attention at the beginning credits just to see, because I always have so much excitement for every movie I watch, because I'm addicted. Like you probably are. If you've watched it up until this point, you probably love movies as much as I do. Yeah, so I just have to learn how to lock it, like read, because I'm already. That's why when I see, if you allow the tangent, when I see people walk in late to the movie theater, like even if it's just a few minutes, just like you know how much information you have missed, the setup, because every second counts. They say a picture is worth 1,000 words, and movies are 24 pictures per second. So just imagine what you've missed and what that's conveying to you. But I digress. I digress. I digress. Movies just get me worked up and ecstatic just for what they represent in society, life imitating art, and vice versa. And I can see why this is one of the greats, man. I think this is on the AFI Top 100, American Film Institute Top 100 for just cause. Because I was like completely immersed in this story world with these characters and the interiority it was able to achieve with allowing us to see through the lens of Ben, through Ben's eyes, what he was after. And then when there was this watershed moment when his object of his affection shifted from Mrs. Robinson to the younger Elaine Robinson, oh, we knew. Subconsciously, I knew that the excrement was going to hit the fan, if you will. The feces was going to hit that rotating blade. And it was something to behold. But I'm gonna stop yapping. I can continue talking, but I just feel like it's there's a lot here. There's a lot of there. There's a lot here. You know what I mean? The Graduate, 1967. I wasn't quite born yet in 67, but I was on the way. And the editing in this, bro, okay, the last thing I'll say, then I'll stop talking. I assure you, believe me. The editing, talk about the camera being a character of its own. Yeah, it was complemented by the editing as well because they had the jump cuts. The some of it was and that one scene when Ben, after being threatened by Mrs. Robinson in the rain, saying, "Don't see my daughter again, or I'll tell her everything." He runs up to like get ahead of the 8 ball. And he's standing, clutching her, embracing her in the door, and the door opens. The door opens, and we see Mrs. Robinson in the background, and the focus shifts to Mrs. Robinson. And as he was about to spill the beans, but it slowly dawned on Elaine what he was saying, who the affair was with, her own mother. And when Mrs. Robinson disappears, we hold on that. I know I said this during the reaction, but it bears repeating. It's worth repeating. The camera stays focused on the void Mrs. Robinson left and slowly, minutely shifts focus and brings her out of the blurriness into the visibility. Really symbolic for her slowly accepting the fact that, oh, the guy I'm seeing was seeing my mom. Ah, a thing like that. That is unpleasant if you're Elaine there. But yeah, that's just remarkable editing all throughout the film. Like focusing on his shaving. And these are like iconic images. Like him being framed under her leg, Mrs. Robinson's leg. Like there's a choice. You can place the camera anywhere you want if you're a director, cinematographer, filmmaker. And what you choose, where you choose to place it says a lot about your aesthetic and can really make or break a film. Make or break a film. But okay, that's it. Thank you for watching this with me. I got a kick out of this, man. A kick and a half. And I hope you derive some modicum of enjoyment from this reaction. And I appreciate you on YouTube. 9,000 subscribers, no small feat. Thank you to every single one of you. Means the world to me. And if you want to support this channel further, like this video, leave me some comments down below so I can get some assistance with the algorithm. And full length extended versions of all of my movie reactions on my Patreon, Mr. Valentine Reacts. Thank you to every single one of my Patreon members. Different tiers, early access options, full length, and you can select a tier where you can get early select movies for me. Like if you want me to watch a particular movie, you can choose up to 2 movies for me to watch per month. If that tickles your fancy, come on in. The water happens to be fine. But that was 1967's The Graduate, and as always, till we meet again.